Hi, this is Jared Polak, founder of Entre Results, author of Entre Balance and Entre Business, founder of Entre Results Academy. Excited for another podcast. What a great conclusion to our kind of podcast on marketing. We talked about building the foundation. We talked about that next layer of marketing, and now we're going to kind of put it all together to kind of complete and finalize your marketing plan. And these are just some questions and some action that you need to take to kind of close it out. So if you haven't heard the previous two podcasts, they would be very helpful. But if not, you can listen to this independently. You can still get some good nuggets to make this happen. All right, so number one is choose the top 5 marketing vehicles you're going to focus on this year. When I talk about marketing vehicles, it might be networking or internet marketing, maybe specifically Facebook ads or SEO, or it could be direct mail out or traditional networking or specific type of networking, a variety of different things when I talk about vehicle. Choose the top 5 that you want to focus on. Now, in the previous podcast, we talked about reviewing the year before, analyzing, so that's going to help you with some of this, but there might be a new one that you want to create. So anyway, think about your top 5, and I wanted to try to narrow this down to the top 5 marketing. Now, if you're in a larger company, maybe you can have multiple different things, but sometimes we do too much. So I say 5 is a benchmark. If you want to go a little bit more, that's fine. A little bit less, that's fine too. And so so as a part of that, when you think about your top 5, are you incorporating one new activity that you haven't done in the past? Now, I think it's great to measure, track in the years past. Make sure you, maximize what's worked. But it's also good maybe to try one new thing every year. So of those 5, are you going to try one new thing that you haven't done in the past? So write those 5 marketing vehicles down. Next, as a part of that, more execution, what are 3 to 5 bite-sized steps that need to happen to achieve one of those marketing vehicles? So for example, if you want to create a blog as one of your marketing vehicles this year, what are the steps that need to happen to create that blog? Is it step number 1 might be to talk to someone that has a blog and ask them how to do it. It might be to create an outline of some blog articles that you want to write, etc., etc. So what are the steps necessary to make that specific vehicle happen? And so really, as we look at this, these are all kind of sub-points of that as well. The next thing, it's a part of your top 5 marketing vehicles, is what ways do you plan on testing and measuring the results? So as you look at your blog, how do you know you win at blogging? What does winning look like? Is it creating a certain amount of qualified leads? Is that the goal of the blog? I mean, what is the purpose of the blog? And as you go throughout the year, how can you measure and test to make sure you're being successful with that marketing activity? Okay, so that's really all number 1, sort of an A and B subset of number 1 of creating that marketing vehicle. Number 2 is what time on your calendar, so daily, weekly, monthly, needs to be reserved to execute those marketing activities. It's simple to create a marketing plan, but when are we going to execute that? Or if we are an owner of a company that has a marketing person on our team, when is that person going to execute the activity? Is it reserved on our calendar? It's easy to talk about plan and strategy, and it's great to talk about marketing as we're creative, but how are we going to make it happen? It's all about the execution. In order to execute, we need to have time, and we need to plan when we're going to do those activities. So if you haven't done that already, when are you going to put on your calendar to execute marketing? Is it Wednesday from 1 to 5? Every Wednesday, we're going to work on this, and we're going to lock that into our calendar. Is it we're going to outsource this to someone else in our team? What are you going to do to make it happen? And then finally, the third and final question, and this is open-ended, and this leads into probably something else that isn't directly related to marketing, but have you considered a process or a way to convert those qualified leads into new clients? Okay, so we're excited about marketing. We're going to execute it. We're going to create qualified leads, more qualified leads than you've ever created for your business. So what? What is the plan to take them from qualified leads to new clients. And what I'm alluding to here is, now that you have your marketing plan, do you have a sales plan in place? Now that you have a way to generate qualified leads, do you have a way to convert those leads into paying clients? So if you haven't thought about your sales plan, that's the next thing to consider. All right, that's it. I love it. Great stuff. Way to be engaged in this podcast, but it's all about execution. Go out, take action on these ideas, and have a better than amazing day.